I did like the Zero Junior thing. That was fun, but... Oh, Master Escapology. I thought I was close to that, yeah. When I was looking... I never really look at my trophies, but I did glance at it one time. I'm like, Master of Escapology, 8 escapes. I think I'm almost there, yeah. I was 1 escape away. Alright. And, okay, 9th Lion, 8th Sun. Once again, we're here. Is this another warehouse? No, it's the same warehouse, dummy.
Looks just like the one on the last floor.
Uh-huh.
There's even a big old door in the same spot where the number 9 door is in the other warehouse.
Indeed. True, but it's rusted over. I don't think it's opening anytime soon.
No lever to open it anyway, I can see.
You mean lever? Like, is that our correct pronunciation? Lever? I've never heard it. Anyways, I'm rambling. Well, shoot, we couldn't possibly open that with our bare hands.
Duh.
Well, you don't have to be so snappy.
How much do you think that thing weighs?
10 pounds.
You'd have about as much luck trying to lift a pickup truck, even if it was unlocked.
Just... Huh.
I want to know what those are.
The next chromatic doors, of course, that we've never gone into ever. 12 fucking pathways, still haven't gone into them.
Those white doors?
I imagine, like, we're gonna go in all of them at some point. Or wait. Okay, here's what's probably gonna happen. There's gonna be... honestly, if I had to guess, every single pathway is gonna lead to a dead end except for one. And in that one pathway, I could be wrong about this, but in that one pathway, we pick between the 3 doors. I mean, the thing that makes me think I might be wrong about that is that, you know, in the one pathway I'm a red solo and the other one I'm a Scion pair, you know, before I'm about to go in the white doors, so maybe maybe it's not like that, but maybe there's like you get 3 choices before the end of the game, and 2 of them lead to a dead end, but I don't know. Maybe. Anyways. Are there chromatic doors?
Yeah, seems like it. I mean, look at this. It's one of those things that says lock.
Yeah, just like the ones next to the other chromatic doors.
So, you're saying all the chromatic doors for the next round are white?
Yeah, they were different colors before, but...
Guess things have changed for this round.
Ain't that just the greatest? Before we can discuss the doors any further, a familiar robotic voice crackled over the speakers. And this would be, you have 45 minutes, right?
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Is it Dio for the millionth time? What?
One of the other teams opened the gate early.
But why?
What in the hell they do that for?
Because Dio's a jerk.
We haven't even started back yet.
Yep.
Never mind, White. We just need to get back up there pronto.
Then let's move.
I'm worried about Quark. We need to hook up with Alice and Kay. The sooner the better.
I agree. Right, got it.
Let's go.
Man, there are these long pauses between, you know, just moving through the map sometimes. Anyways, here we are. We return to the Flore warehouse to find only 2 people waiting for us. Oh? Kay, who'd gone through the red door. And Dio, who'd gone through the green door. That's weird. I was like, oh, so Kay and Alice this time, but no, because Dio's here, so that's weird. So what? Did they switch teams? Or no, so where is Alice, Phi, Luna, and Quark?
Where's Quark?
We took him to the infirmary.
Alright, where's Alice, Phi, and Luna?
At the moment, Alice, Phi, and Luna are looking after him.
Is he alright?
I don't know if I would describe him as alright, but apparently his condition has not worsened, if that's what you mean.
Who's Kay's opponent again? Kay and Alice are against Quark. Oh, is Kay gonna try to betray Quark so he could get out and get the medicine? That would make sense, wouldn't it? I think so, based on what he did in the other pathway. And then Quark won't even be able to fight back. So unless we can get some medicine, I think he's just gonna betray, isn't he? I would think. If we even get to the AB game this time. Anyways.
He is still resting. However, we...
Yes?
Good.
Oh?
I'm going to the infirmary.
However, we...
Tenmyoji, please, wait!
What happened? We what? Tenmyoji ignored Kay and took off at a run through the yellow door. What's going on? We what? We what?
Oh dear,
Oh dear, what?
he's gone.
What do you have to say?
There was something I needed to tell him.
What did you need to tell him?
Well, it's not like it matters. The girls will just tell him when he gets there.
Oh, are you sure?
He ought to calm down once he's seen the kid.
What does he need to hear? Clover and I looked at one another, eyebrows raised.
What are they going to tell him?
Well, you see...
What?
You found virus medicine in the laboratory?
There we go. So they did go into the laboratory.
Yes. Unfortunately, we found only a single vial.
But you only needed one, at least this time. Then we can cure Quark's Radical 6.
So it would seem.
However? Is there a however? Anyways, I guess we should head over to the infirmary and see how he's doing. Come on, let's go.
Right behind you.
Well, that's good. Is he awake, or is he still sleeping?
He should be fine now. It might take some time for him to recover fully, but the worst is over.
That's good. Luna's voice was quiet as she stepped back from Quark. She held out an injection gun with an empty vial. Delicately, she placed it back in the cabinet. Quark had been laid out on a crude cot and was still sound asleep. His breathing was even and his expression was peaceful. He looked like any other child, sleeping softly after a long day of doing whatever it is children do to amuse themselves. Any trace of the insanity he'd shown earlier was nowhere to be found. Okay, so this means Kay isn't going to betray Quark to get out of here, because he has no need to. That's good. Although, Phi and Luna still have to face Dio, because otherwise Dio's going to be a big jerk about it.
Is he really going to be okay?
Yes. We analyzed the vial and confirmed that it was definitely Excelivir. Now that I've administered it...
The Excelivir should eradicate the virus completely given enough time, right?
Yes, that should be the case.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness you didn't go crazy too. And well, I mean, at least in that case, I would have been like, we just go back to the lab and duplicate it, except, oh, you already used it. Oops. Well, shit.
Yeah, what a relief.
Things are looking pretty sketchy there for a while, that's for sure.
Have you ever had that expression before? I don't recognize that expression from Phi. I don't think I've ever seen it. Could be wrong, but I don't believe I've ever seen it. I felt some of the tension disappear from my shoulders, now that a breath I hadn't realized I'd been holding. We weren't out of the woods yet, but at least Quark was safe.
Ooh.
Tenmyoji let out a long, shaky sigh and lowered himself onto one of the empty beds. He rubbed his hands warily across his face, and I thought I saw the glint of tears.
Alice, you and Kay, I don't know what to say other than thanks. You saved his life. I don't know the words to tell you how much that means to me.
Oh, please. It was nothing, really.
It was clearly something.
We just happened to be the ones who went through the red door.
Yeah, better you than Dio, that's for fucking sure.
Where is Kay?
He's over with Dio, isn't he?
He's not in here.
He's still in the warehouse. Dio and Kay stayed behind.
They went there to wait for you guys while we came back here.
And I guess they said to wait there, still.
We figured someone should explain what was going on so you wouldn't come back to an empty warehouse.
So, Dio and Kay were the ones who opened the AB gates?
Not both of them.
Just Kay. I mean, just Dio, sorry.
There was only one door open.
Huh.
Well, we should get back and tell them how Quark's doing.
I'm assuming it's Dio, but okay.
Kay will want to know at least.
Oh, he would? Because he's a gentleman. You're right. I nodded and headed back toward the other side of the room. However, I was nearly there when Temio just suddenly spoke. Oh, you have that chip, right? We can put it in the infirmary thing, right?
That's right.
The chip? Huh?
You know that memory card we found?
Yeah, there we go. This thing? For a second, I thought he was going to talk to me about, you know, before we do the AB game, blah, 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 but no, okay, he's being smart. It's just...
Yeah. I think I know how we can take a look at what's on it.
Oh? How would we do that, Nani?
What? You don't remember?
I remember.
There was a memory card just like it that we used to solve the puzzles in here.
No. Nope, I definitely did not. I never even used that. Like, I didn't find the memory card until after the fact. And then afterwards, I went back and replayed this puzzle room, and I never even found the memory card then. So, no, I don't remember.
Yeah, he's right.
No, he's wrong. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I never found that memory card. Like, what if I never found it? I don't need to find it as far as I know.
There's a slot next to the screen. Should work for this one, too.
As far as I'm aware, finding that memory card is 100% optional. So, I think this is a little silly of them. Maybe it's because I have already seen it that they're doing dialogue like this? I don't know. Oh yeah, there it is. Right, yeah. Well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, I want to see what's on it.
Okay. Alright, just give me a minute here. I slid the card into the slot next to the screen. No sooner had I done so than an image of a waveform popped up on the screen.
Is there an audio file on here?
That's weird. Was that 30,000? 25,000? 20,000? 15,000? 10,000? 5,000? 5,000? 10,000? 15,000? 300,000? No. Oh, okay. It just keeps looping. And then there's a bunch of random letters down there.
Why don't we turn up the volume a bit?
Okay. Luna tapped a few things on the screen and a bar began to move across the screen. Looks like audio editing if you go in like friggin' Audacity, which I don't really use, but I mean I've seen it. Before long, a voice drifted out of the speakers. Zero Jr.?
This is Control. How's it going over there? Bet you missed the sound of my voice, huh? Well, I gotta be honest. It's getting pretty lonely over here, too. Feeling kind of like howling at the moon. Lone wolf style. Speaking of which, I'm looking at it right now. The old girl is beautiful. Never seen a moon this full. And that color. Whew. Tonight's that eclipse, remember? What a way to end 2028, huh?
Okay, so that's okay. We have some notification of where we are, what time we're in.
The moon's this amazing red. If it wasn't so beautiful, it'd be kind of ominous. Wish you guys could see it too, but sorry, forgot. You're supposed to be on Mars, aren't you?
What? Excuse me? I'm sorry, what? Okay, real talk, that actually makes sense. The premonition you saw in Alice's vision, when you go down the pathway with Alice, you get the premonition. No, before that, way before that. Where you start the game, or no, it is the premonition. When you go to the premonition, you see the thing where Fi's like, we're gonna die, and then you see an explosion, and it looks like you're on the moon or something, but I guess it wasn't the moon, it was Mars. So that's a thing. So, we're on Mars, apparently.
So, how are Phobos and Deimos looking right now?
What?
Sure hope I'll get to look up at them someday, too.
Are those like Mars's moons?
Anyway, over.
It's driving me crazy. Who the hell's voicing him?
Hey, something wrong? Talk to me, guys. What, you gonna play hard to get because we haven't talked in so long? Enough jokes, alright?
What jokes?
Knock it off.
So you're supposed to be talking to someone, but they're not responding, I guess?
Where are you guys? Is there everything's green? Well then, what the hell's going on here? Why aren't they responding? No, the video feed's online. Look, you can see all 9 of them, 3 at each table.
Oh. You can see all 9 of them, 3 at each table. That is telling. Yeah, the video feed's online, so they're okay. Basically, they're trying. He's trying to communicate with these people on Mars, us, and then he's saying, "Is the radio not working?" And then somebody's talking to him, probably being like, "No, radio's working, sir. It's all green." And it's like, and the video's working too, apparently. And there's 9 of us. However, one of us is 0. So my guess is that person who's 0 isn't one of the 9. The 9th person is the old woman, who is now we know to be dead, who's probably related to Temioji in some way. Maybe she's his waifu. I don't know.
What? Someone hacked our feed?
Oh?
What do you mean this isn't live?
It's not?
An old clip on repeat? Who would do that?
Well, that's a good question. 0 would, I guess?
What in the hell is happening here? This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. Please come in. I'm asking you to respond.
This is...
Oh, thank God.
That sounds like Fi, I think.
You really had me worried there. What happened?
6 of us are... dead.
That's not Fi. Doesn't sound like any of us. I'm thinking about it for a second. That's not Fi. That's not Clover. It's not Alice. I don't think that's Luna. Actually, it sounds like it could be Laura Bailey, but it's not the same. If it is Laura Bailey, it's like she's playing a different character, because it doesn't sound like the same voice.
What?
Counting myself, there are only 3 left.
Yeah, that sounds like Laura Bailey. But Laura Bailey is playing Luna, however, she's using a different pitch for this voice. So I don't think that's the same person. Unless Luna is acting and doesn't actually have that voice normally. I don't know.
How? Why are...
They were killed.
What?
I guess you could say I killed them.
What? Okay, so let me see if I understand this. You had me worried. What happened? 6 of us are dead. What? Counting myself, there are only 3 left. Oh, and there's 3 pods. Maybe that's significant in some way. I don't know. I just assume. The 3 left are the people who are in the pods in the treatment center, I guess?
No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6.
What?
All of them. All 6 billion.
What?
Soon, I will have killed 6 billion people.
I'm confused.
Are you there? Respond! Damn it. This is Control. I repeat, this is Control. We have an emergency situation.
Soon I will have killed 6 billion people. You mean you're gonna, like, wipe out the human race? Are you gonna launch the Radical 6 virus or something? Maybe?
We have an unconfirmed report of 6 deceased test subjects. Deploy rescue and escort teams to the test site immediately. Shit.
My favorite word.
What the hell happened in there?
Is that it?
Yes. What on earth was that?
So the question is, if I was right, and that was Laura Bailey playing that woman or whatever, is that the same person as Luna? Because the voice is clearly different, but I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actor, so was that intentional? Time will tell, I guess. Any ideas? I got only frowns and shaking heads in response. Only one person showed a reaction other than stunned confusion. Oh, Temioji. Long after the audio ended, he stared at the screen, deep in thought.
Do you know something, Tenmyoji?
Yeah, I think I know what that was.
Oh?
It's probably a transmission from the Mars mission test site.
Okay, you seem to know a lot about this.
Mars?
So when we said, like, we were quarantining or whatever, or making sure certain people weren't infected, we were putting them on Mars? Is that it?
I'm sorry, what?
You mean some kind of space travel?
What kind of test site was it?
Did you know that the government is developing spaceships with particle annihilation engines?
Annihilation, there's that word again.
These ships would be able to get humans to Mars a lot faster than old chemical rockets.
Alright.
But they don't want to just send a manned Mars mission off half-cocked. That was the idea behind this test.
So, we're not actually on Mars? We're in a simulation of being on Mars? Is that what you're saying? I might be confused here, but I think that's what he's saying?
They built a whole complex on this old Air Force base in Nevada.
Nevada? What? Whole complex. This old Air Force base.
The idea was that it would be a simulation of a manned mission to Mars with a crew of 9 men and women. They'd monitor the whole thing and use that data to plan the real mission.
Okay. So, was that 9 men and women supposed to be us? Well, you know about this, so I don't think it's that simple. So, what we just listened to was a transmission from that project?
Yeah,
Why is something like that here?
don't know why.
It's a clue. It's saying we're on Mars, or we're on the Mars simulator.
We found it in the safe. No explanation. Dollars to donuts, it's got something to do with Zero's plan.
When we saw the explosion, when we saw the place blow up, it kind of looked like it was on the moon, which could be taken as being on Mars, but when you think about it, if we're in the middle of a desert again, Nevada, then that's also a possibility when I think about it. Anyways.
You mean we were meant to hear what was on that card?
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's all very interesting, but how exactly do you know about all this?
Oh, about the simulated Mars mission?
Yes.
Because I was the operator. And that's how old I was, before. But now it's like 100 years in the future.
I was involved with the project.
Ah. Involved? Dun dun dun.
Now, the intent was to create as accurate a simulation as possible. That meant we'd need to simulate the radio silence we'd experienced during conjunction.
What's a conjunction?
It means two things in space are close to each other. In this case, we're talking about a superior conjunction, where Mars and Earth are on the exact opposite sides of the Sun.
Oh?
So unless we've got some sort of relay, there'll be a period of time where we won't be able to communicate with each other.
And is that what was in the simulation? Or in the audio recording? Was the conjuncture?
What we heard on that card was when the simulated conjunction was scheduled to end.
Okay.
That's when they died.
Apparently.
Now, we don't know that. They could have died long before that conversation.
So here's what I'm gathering. She said I killed them, but with the way she said it, it was as if it was an accident. So here's what I'm guessing happened. She has the symptoms of Radical 6, but she doesn't actually have Radical 6, because she's one of those special people that is, immune to it or whatever, but she can still maybe get the symptoms for it and still pass on the Radical 6 to other people. Maybe it's possible. So maybe she passed it on to the 6 other people and they killed themselves. Maybe that's what happened. And then she said 6 billion, so I don't know what that's referring to, but whatever.
All we know is that's when it was discovered.
So 6 of the test subjects died, right?
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember what she said? There was something about how she didn't just kill 6 people. She said she's killed 6 billion, or she was going to. What the heck did she mean by that?
Just what the hell happened there?
Good question. Tenmyoji frowned and looked down at the floor. We were all silent as he paced slowly back and forth across the room. At last he stopped, raised his head, and spoke.
The truth is that there's a chance a virus escaped from the test site.
Oh, shoot.
A virus? Wait, you don't mean...
Yeah, Radical 6.
Shit.
What? How can that be?
I'm just telling you what I know, okay? Nobody's sure how Radical 6 got in there in the first place, but one of the subjects might have been infected when they entered. Or the virus itself might have been an intentional part of the simulation.
Oh.
The test site deaths became the index case for a pandemic.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, prevailing wisdom says it got out somehow. And once it was out, it spread pretty quick. All across the planet.
And it killed 6 billion people?
That's what the voice said.
No, not directly. Best numbers put only a third or so of those deaths as directly caused by Radical 6.
Oh? What about the other 2/3?
The other 4 billion died from the collapse caused by the deaths of that first third. The whole world just fell apart.
Wow, damn, I have a lot of questions. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start knowing where to start. Well, no, take that back. Explain that date. Unless I heard this wrong, the day the Radical 6 got out was December 31st, 2028?
Yeah.
But the day I got grabbed by the guy in the gas mask was December 25th, 2028.
Me too. Christmas Day.
Merry Christmas.
I was kidnapped on Christmas, too.
From what I heard, Luna and Alice, sorry, did I say Luna and Alice? Damn it! Clover and Alice were kidnapped on the 22nd.
Clover and I were taken 3 days earlier, on the 22nd.
I wonder if that means something.
Yeah.
Then you see what I'm saying, right? That recording was made close to a week after we were all picked up. What the hell's going on here? That thing is from the future. Obviously not.
You see,
Yes, you know things.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
We should probably hurry it up.
All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
we're out of time.
Then let's go.
We need to go back to the warehouse.
Even though you were about to say something to us, but hey, let's ignore that, I guess. Wait. You haven't answered...
Don't care.
What?
I need more than 10 minutes to explain everything.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough.
Half-assing it is just gonna make you more confused. Now get moving.
Yeah, okay. We're plenty confused right now, but alright, fair enough. But...
It's enough! Shut your damn hole or I'm picking the tray!
Ah! That's not very nice. Don't even joke about that, dude. I mean, I only have 1 point.
Hey, come on now.
Fine. Do what you want, but I need to get back to the AB rooms.
Okay.
I'd like to stay with Quark. He seems to be doing alright.
Really? You have 6 PP. I think you'd be just fine staying with Quark if that's the case. You know, so you can make our decision easier. If you're just gonna ally, you might as well not go.
I'll stay here with him. If I can do the voting for our pair,
And they're gonna betray each other, I'm sure.
I can trust her.
Well, I mean, I would think so. You both have 1 point, so you're both in the same boat.
Is that all right with you?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you'd be willing to do that, I'd be much obliged. Thanks, Luna. Take good care of him.
Of course. I'll make sure everything goes fine.
Tenmyoji gave her one last nod, then turned and dashed to the infirmary. Well, that's that, I guess. We should probably be going too.
Yes. We'll just have to wait to hear the rest of what he has to say later.
Alright.
I'd rather just get it all out in the open now, but there's not much we can do.
Let's get going then.
Prediction? Tenmyoji gets off before we get a chance to hear him? Or we get a to be continued before we get a chance to hear him. Alright, let's do it. We return to the warehouse to find only Kay. Because Dio was killed by Tenmyoji! I don't know. I explained what had happened with Quark, then glanced around the room. Hey, where's Dio? And Tenmyoji.
He has gone into his AB room.
Makes sense.
Already?
So, there's like 10 minutes left.
Indeed.
Then he opened the first AB gate, right?
Of course.
This is bad.
Why?
I won't be able to talk with him.
Oh, well, you're just gonna pick Betray then, for sure.
This is going to limit my choices.
You've only got one BP left, don't you?
Yup.
Yeah. Luna's the same.
If Vi chooses Ally and Dio picks Betray...
Then 2 people die. And Dio would totally pick Betray too. He really wants out.
Phi and Luna will be penalized.
I don't have a choice. I'll have to pick Betray. The risk with Ally is just too high.
Hey Alice, don't you have 1 BP too?
That's right. But Kay and I will be playing against Quark.
And he'll just default to Ally.
Unless it's like what happened at the end of my pathway with you, where you randomly came up and betrayed me when you shouldn't have been there. And Quark will get up, and he'll come betray you. That'd be funny if that happened. But kind of surprising. I don't think Quark would do that. He's not a bitch like you.
I guess you don't need to worry about getting penalized then, huh?
But what if Alice and Kay choose Betray?
You needn't worry. That will not happen.
That's what you said in the other pathway. Then again, in that pathway, Quark was still infected with the virus.
Even though, as you have told me, Quark is recovering, he is still weak. Moreover, he is only a child. To betray an innocent child would be...
Stop with the semantics. It just depends on how much badly you want out. If you want out as badly as Dio, you'd easily do it.
Yeah, that would be unthinkable. Even if you ignore his age or condition, it's hardly fair to take advantage of someone who can't vote.
So you'll be voting Ally?
Yes.
Of course.
Well then, shall we go?
Yes.
Kay and Alice nodded to one another and disappeared into the AB room second from the right. So we just completely dropped off that dead woman thing. She's still dead, right? We're in that pathway, aren't we? Anyways, without saying anything, Phi turned and walked into the room just left of theirs. And that left only myself, Clover, and Tenmyoji.
Do you remember what you said to me when you chose the blue door?
Yeah?
Something about how you'd convince me to choose Ally? Seems like now would be the time to let me know how you're going to convince me.
Well, betraying me means if I choose Ally, I die, you ass. Well, it's not that complicated. I promised you that Clover and I will vote Ally. That's it, pretty much.
I see. And you figure I'll believe you because you've only got 1 BP. Once you've told me that you plan to ally, I won't be able to choose Betray. Since, if you're telling the truth...
You'll kill me.
Not a bad plan, but it assumes that I've taken killing you off the table. Seems like a risky bet for you.
Yeah, well, if you were Dio, that would be the case, but I don't think you're that evil. I disagree.
And why is that?
He does have 6 BP. If he had 5 BP, it'd be different. Clover's BP is 6. If you ally and we betray, then she'd have enough points to escape, right? She could run off through the number 9 door as soon as this round is over.
I'd never...
Yeah, well, poop. That's easy for you to say. But think about it from my perspective. Sure, you might not, but you also might. If I guess wrong, that's a pretty big loss for me.
Well, what if Clover tries to seduce you to get what she wants?
Oh, I won't let her. I'll make love to her, but then I'll hit the button before she can, take a chance. What?
Huh?
That's just an example. What I'm trying to say is that once you two are in that room, Clover might try and make some sort of bargain with you. I'm asking what you're going to do if that happens. Are you sure you'll still choose Ally?
Seduce me, huh?
Hey! What are you staring at, you perv? There's no way on earth I'd do anything like that. Ugh, as if. In your dreams, creep.
We are about the same age, as funny as that is. Even though Sigma looks like he's like 25 at least, and Clover still looks like she's 20 at most, but even if that was the case, they're not too far apart, but they're only 1 year apart actually, so. Well, that's that then. Not gonna lie though, I'm a little disappointed.
So I can trust you.
Can I trust you?
You're gonna choose Ally.
I will. Yeah, I definitely will. After all this speech, I am. If we didn't have a speech, I might have picked Betray, but yeah, and besides, to be fair, back in that one time where I'm like, oh, I'll ask, because she's not voting. If I had picked Betray the first time, it would have completely lost the climactic feeling of picking Ally and getting killed by her. So if I pick Ally and get killed by Tenmyoji, I want that feeling to be there. If I pick Betray the first time, then the feeling will be gone when I go back and pick that Ally, so.
You can trust us.
Promise.
Well, Tenmyoji already said he, at least in an alternate timeline, he said he wanted to get Clover's trust, so I wonder what that's about. We still don't really know. Of course.
We promise.
Alright. I guess I'll vote Ally too then.
To be fair though, in the past when Clover and Kay were like, it's beneficial if we vote Ally, Clover ended up picking Betray, so Clover might actually try and tell me to pick Betray when we get in the room.
3 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Well, looks like we don't have much time left.
Alright.
I'm trusting you.
Let's hope so. I'm trusting you too. And my trust is a lot more important than yours. Tenmyoji gave us a curt nod and turned and strode into the second AB room from the left. Right, well, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it. Time for another branch. So Clover's really not going to say anything about this? Is she not going to try to convince me to pick Betray?
Hey, Sigma, I wanted to ask you something.
Are you sure you don't want to pick Betray? What's up?
Could you pick Betray for me?
Oh, look, now she's seducing me. Wow. What?
I mean, I could try and, tackle you.
What? Ugh. I see what she's doing, but Alice only has 1 BP, so I don't think Clover would want to get out alone anyways.
But you're so big and strong, you'd probably just throw me on the ground and that'd be it.
Yeah, we've been through this in another pathway. Yeah, well,
So I thought I might as well just ask you really nicely.
Well, that's great.
Oh, I mean, I'd be happy to, pay back.
So, when we were in front of Tenmyoji, me ogling you, you were all like, pfft. But now when we're not, you're like, oh yeah.
If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
I know how this works, Clover. I'm not stupid. If I pick Betray, you're like, well, you've already picked Betray now. I don't have to do anything for you. This only works if I get my payment up front. That's how this works in my book. You want me to pick Betray? We make out right here, right now. Anything?
Yep. Anything.
We have to do this up front. That's the only way it works. I'm not stupid, Clover. If I pick Betray first, you have no reason to do anything for me.
So think carefully, okay? If you choose Ally, you're trusting him with your life.
That's true. Yeah, if he chooses Betray, it's all over.
Uh-huh. Are you really, really sure you can trust that old fart?
Hey now, that's not very nice.
The only safe choice is to pick Betray.
That's true, but still, we have to be trusting in this game. I can understand why you want to do this. You want to get to 9 PP and just stay at 9 PP and keep going this cycle. You just betray until Alice gets out. But I can understand that logic. And honestly, you're not killing anyone by betraying. However, But if he chooses Ally and we don't,
then I'll have 9 BP.
Exactly.
But you don't need to worry about that.
Because you wouldn't leave without Alice, right?
Even if I do get 9 BP, I won't just go and open the number 9 door all by myself.
You shouldn't talk about it that way. The way you say it, it's like you will. Whereas I don't think you would. At least I don't think so. Not without Alice.
I mean, Alice wouldn't have 9 points yet.
Exactly. Why are you talking sarcastically?
And I can't leave her behind.
Or can you? The way you're talking, it's like you'd be okay with it.
Please? Will you pick Betray?
20 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
The voice actors did a pretty good job with that seducing there. Props to them. My boner's getting hard. As opposed to an unhard boner? But, Alright. The voting machine was in front of me. Totally saw the seducing coming, but hey. I didn't have much time left to think. Would I keep my promise to Temioji and pick Ally? Or would I betray him for Clover and
If you just pick Betray for me, then I'll listen to anything you say.
You see, that's not how it works. Okay? If you're gonna do that, she has to do anything you say first. So, you can't do it afterwards. If you pick Betray, then she's gonna be like, oh, I don't know anything. Like, I know how this shit works. If we don't get payment up front, then I'm not doing this shit for you, yeah. In the end, there was only one possible answer.
3, 2.
Be a perv? Is that really a potential answer? No, Ally, for sure. Again, if she was upfront about it, I mean, to be fair, on her point of view, if she's upfront about it, I could still pick Ally afterwards, and she'd be like, what the fuck? So you should probably do it half and half. Anyways, Ally.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Of course, if Temioji picked Betray, I'm going to be very salty.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation.
So, am I dead again? Let's see.
Ambidex gates now opening.
Alright.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Okay, so who isn't here? Luna and Quark aren't here, so there's 7 people, which means minus me, there should be 6 of us. Also, we never had a talk with Clover. Usually, just as we exit the room, we have a talk with whoever we were partnered with. That might be the first time ever we didn't. What the? Where's Alice? Alice is missing again. Oh, thank God. Is that the first time? That's the first time I've had an opponent and they've allied. Thank God.